Greetings, everyone. I'm Jonathan Bailey from the site Plagiarism Today, which can be found at plagiarismtoday.com. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Megaupload. In that case, going on over the weekend, Kim.com, the founder of Megaupload, released he gave an interview to Torrent Freak. Didn't say a whole lot new in it. Read the interview on Torrent Freak, read a bunch of the summaries too. Didn't see a whole lot new being said about from his stance and what's going on. That's to be expected. Like I said, he's got attorneys advising him on what to say and what not to say. But he did address one specific, and it's something I talked about in the previous Megaupload videos that I was hoping to see him say something about, and his stance was quite predictable but still interesting. And the issue was Megaupload's I don't want to say it's unusual, but his habit of not removing files, what happens when you work live, of removing files from its service, but rather removing links. Long story short, if two people uploaded the same file, be it a document or a movie or whatever, they would come up to the Megaupload and they would be hashed and then stored as just one file with two different links pointing to it. You file a DMCA notice against a link, that link would be removed, but the file itself would remain there, and all other links to it would remain active. Long story short, a lot of people believe, and myself included, believe that this is a pretty questionable practice for remaining compliant with the DMCA. Kim.com, however, in his interview said that he felt that's a standard practice and it's perfectly compliant with the nature of the DMCA. Like I said, I'm not quite so sure. The law itself is written pretty explicitly about disabling or removing access to the content, not the links to it. And if you're just removing links, I don't believe that's the same thing as disabling or removing access to the content. But that will be a matter for the courts to decide. That's an issue, and that's a technique that hasn't had its day in court, and it's going to have it. It just won't be initially in the Megaupload case, which is why I'm doing this video. If I were Kim.com, his lawyers, and I'm sure that they all are doing this, I would be watching very, very closely the ongoing Hotfile dispute. Hotfile being another cyberlocker site. This one, however, is being dragged into court on a civil matter, specifically by the MPAA. MPAA, one of the things they're suing them over is, of course, this exact same procedure of hashing content, storing it as one file, and then removing only the link to the file. It's going to be interesting because I think whatever happens in the Hotfile case is going to determine what happens in the Megaupload case. If Hotfile is able to prevail and show that in its matter that this is an acceptable way to handle DMCA notices, then I think Megaupload's got a much better shot. And Megaupload, we got to realize, it's many, many months for the extradition hearing. It's going to be probably, a year or more before we hear anything in a U.S. court about Megaupload's legality. So we got a long time to go on Megaupload. There's plenty of time for the Hotfile case to play out. That's the case to watch, not the Megaupload one in the meantime. There are, of course, some reasons why that case might not too strongly impact the Megaupload case. The biggest being that Hotfile's case is civil, where the Megaupload case is criminal. So obviously, and I think they're going to be in separate circuits and so forth anyway. So obviously, there's some jurisdictional issues, and the judge in the Megaupload case is free to ignore the Hotfile ruling, but then you risk a split decision, which then might likely become a matter for the Supreme Court or for appeal, and it becomes a much thornier issue. Basically speaking, I think whatever happens in the Hotfile case is going to be a good indicator of where the Megaupload case is going. Then we'll know, and maybe then we'll start getting some answers on this very thorny issue. And for the record, in the Hotfile case, Google has already chimed in. They filed a brief in the case actually supporting Hotfile's position that removing the link is acceptable. MPAA, of course, still feels very strongly that it's not. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But all in all, what I'm trying to say is, for the time being, as interesting as the Hotfile case is, as interesting as Kim.com is, as interesting the Megaupload case is, rather, as interesting as Kim.com is, it's not the case to watch at the moment. Focus on the Hotfile case, watch that. That's where the action's going to be, and that's where Kim.com, frankly, is likely going to win or lose his case. It's out of his hands. Well, on that note, everyone, thank you very much, and I will see you guys tomorrow.